Welcome to Wholesale Hardknocks. This podcast was created by me and Daryll squatting up together and doing badass shit. And we want y'all to do the same. So most importantly, squat up in the comments and do deals together. And then like the video, subscribe to the channels. Yo, Daryll, take them away, big dog.
It's about community building. Join the community, reach out, squat up, join the campfire, baby.
Let's go.
Bro, we're 5 episodes away, bro. We almost there, dog.
Joan.
50 episodes. We're on episode 45, man. Welcome back to Wholesale Hardknocks, the greatest real estate wholesale podcast, YouTube show, event in the world. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Daryll. Got my brother Mike G with me. What's up, Mike? How you feeling today, baby?
I'm feeling, bro. I'm living heaven on earth, dog.
I love it.
That's my new motto. Everybody, you know what it is, bro? Everybody always asks, "Hey, bro, how you doing?" Right? And what's the bullshit answer people give?
Oh, I'm just doing good. How are you?
I'm just getting by.
I'm just getting by. Damn.
I'm doing all right. I'm just trying to,
Oh.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get by, or I'm doing okay, or I'm doing good, right? No. We live in, bro. We live in heaven on earth.
How ungrateful does somebody need to be to give that response? Like if somebody asks you how you're doing when you're breathing, like you have another day of breath when not everybody had this opportunity to wake up. Like you were chosen by God to wake up.
You were
And your
chosen.
response to how are you doing today is I'm just getting by.
Yeah, come on, dog. Let's get grateful in this joint.
Grateful,
Like really, let's act like we were truly meant to be here. Like we were actually truly made to be here. If y'all really think about this, like let's think back to when you were created, when you were actually like literally created in your mother's womb. You had a bunch of little sperms going up there, and God said, "You know what? I'm gonna make this sperm be the one. This sperm's gonna win the race." Out of like, I don't even know. Gary Vee talked about it sometimes, but I think it's like millions, right? There's like millions of sperm cells that could potentially hit that egg. And God said, "I want you to win the race."
Facts.
I want you to win the race. And you're sitting here complaining about it when you were chosen to be here. And you're just like, I'm just getting by. Bro, you won a race out of a million joints, so a million cells. You know what I'm saying? Millions of cells.
Bro, like you gotta think about it. If you like, bro, millions of people die every single day. Millions.
Mm-hmm.
And you woke up today. Like that's why, like with our team, right? Like with our acquisitions team, right? We start off every single day with attitude of gratitude, right? I need to know one thing that you're grateful for.
I like that.
Right. One thing that you're grateful for, because it carries on through everything, bro. Like if you can't possibly be, we're gonna turn this shit into a mindset episode, dog.
If that's where God wants us to take it, that's what happens.
Yo, for real. Because you can't possibly be grateful and happy and unhappy at the same time.
Talk about that.
So like if you're sad about something, like people have different thoughts about this. People have different viewpoints about this. Like people are like, "Oh, I can't be sad." Yeah, you can be sad for a second, right? But you don't want to dwell on it. You don't want to be all gloomy all day, every day, right? Because now you're just being ungrateful, right? I was like, you have all these opportunities every single day to get better, learn new things, meet new people, have new experiences, right? Even if your experiences are what they are right now, and you're not happy with them, you have the opportunity to change that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so every day you wake up, you should be grateful no matter what. Like, bro, there was a time, so I've never said this live on YouTube, but a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, bro, my car got repossessed, bro. Like that shit got taken. It wasn't because I didn't have the money for it. It was a lot of other stuff happened, right? And it was just bull. It was a lot of stuff happened, right? So I lost the car and I lost my license as well. So I wasn't driving, right? And I was walking to the grocery store one day, bro. I had a bunch of groceries. I had a book bag. I had a backpack going. I had a bunch of groceries in my backpack. Like I had groceries. It was one point, bro. I was walking and I stole a cart from the grocery store. I felt like I was homeless, bro, just because I wasn't trying to carry all these damn groceries. And at one point, bro, I was actually like embarrassed. I felt embarrassed. I was like, yo, I hope nobody sees me. You know what I'm saying? I hope somebody sees me walking and looking like this. And then I had to snap out of it, bro. I'm like, hold on, time out. Why the hell are you thinking like this, right? Because there's people out here who would kill to have legs and feet to even have the ability to walk. You have the ability to go to the grocery store and buy groceries. And you're being ashamed that you don't want somebody to see you walking. So like, whenever you're feeling down and you're feeling like you want to complain about something and you're feeling sad, bro, think about everything that you have to be grateful for.
Yeah, bro. You want gratitude. That's what I was looking for. You want gratitude to be your baseline, because we're human, right? Everybody has their things that they go through. You're going to feel emotions. You're going to go through the things that a human goes through. But as long as gratitude is your baseline, that's when something happens and you end up in a position where you're like kind of stressed out or whatever, you go straight to gratitude. And that's the thing that gets you out of that funk. So it's okay to get in a funk. You getting in a funk, but you just got to get back to gratitude, and that's how you get back.
Bro, it's crazy. And it's at the point now, bro. It's like when things are going wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like today, bro. Yo, today was a really tough day, bro. Today was a really tough day. And I got to the point where I'm like, I don't want to talk to nobody. I put my phone on do not disturb, and I just went to the gym and just start working out. Right. And I came back out and I'm just like super grateful, bro, because I was thinking about it while I'm working out. I'm like, why are you stressing about problems when problems come? They teach you how to find new solutions. You just learn a new lesson when a new problem comes. So why are you feeling some type of way? Why are you getting stressed out about this when you just need to learn the lesson? That's all it is.
Here's what I look at problems as like. I'm like, if I go through a problem, there's an opportunity for me to learn, for one. But I'm going to be able to teach that to somebody else so they don't have to go through the problem, or I can be of help when they go through the problem.
Exactly. And now bringing it back, bro, like to tie it all together is where gratitude comes in, right? Because now when you're going through some really tough shit, you should be grateful because it's a new opportunity to learn. And now once you learn it, you can help other people learn because you're not the only person going through this. Right? So hell yeah. Quick 10 minutes of that mindset work, baby. Get you right.
Probably start off every episode with some mindset because it really all starts here. If you don't have it right up here and in here, then it's like, what are you doing this for?
Facts.
So let's get into today, Daryl. What are we doing today? What are we going over?
Bro, we are talking about how to get a deal in 30 days. So like if you're like just sitting here and you're like, man, I need to get a deal in 30 days. I need to make some money, right? Me and Mike are going to talk about if we had to start all over, we had to start fresh. What would we do to get our first deal? And I know we talk about a lot of the times, like, you know, if you're fresh, jump on somebody's team, learn the ropes from somebody else, right? I recommend that all the time, right? If you need experience and you're looking to learn, you have more time than money, start with a team. But we're not talking about this today. We're talking about if you're not starting a team, you decide like, man, I don't want to work on somebody's team. I want to do this by myself. How do you go back and get your first deal in 30 days?
Facts. Without going on somebody's team.
Without getting on somebody's team.
Let's get into it. What would be your first moves?
So my first move, bro, if I don't got to get on somebody's team and I have money, I'm gonna pay for mentorship. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna get inside a community to where if I'm not on somebody's team and I mess up, I have somebody that I can fall back on and that can help me. You know what I'm saying? But let's say you don't have the money to get into a community. You don't even need money to get into a lot of communities. You can get into a free community. You can get into Mike's community, you can get into Blueprint REI. That's just fire, dog. Get into that blueprint. The blueprint.
Let's talk about that really quick. Everybody's like, yo, I don't want to pay to get into a mentorship or whatever, right? first off, put your freaking big boy pants on, save some damn money, and get into a community so that you can invest in yourself. The best investment that you'll ever put into something is in yourself. Like out of any other investment, there's no real estate investment, there's no crypto investment, there's no stock investment that's better than investing in yourself. So do your best. It's your job, right? As an entrepreneur, your job is to invest. Really. And that could be anything, your time, your money, your knowledge. Invest that stuff. And the best place to invest first is in yourself. So there's so many different communities everywhere. Like there's communities in your local market of people meeting up places every single week, every single month. Go find those people, get in those rooms, like join these groups where people are actually doing the thing and get in close proximity with people that are actually getting deals done. And once you are in proximity of people getting deals done, then that stuff is going to start rubbing off on you. But Daryl, let's just say you ended up having, you had no money, you joined some sort of free community. What are you doing from there?
So I joined the free community. Now I need to generate leads, right? Because I understand that wholesaling.
My God, Daryl is caught in the matrix.
Am I back?
You're back, bro. Yeah, you're good now. You're good.
Yeah. All right, cool. So what I was saying was you have marketing and you have sales, right? That's all the wholesale businesses, right? So if you figure out, I'll say first, I will figure out what type of marketing technique, what type of marketing channel do I want to use, right? Can I afford to spend money every single month and hire cold callers and pull lists? And do I even want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So me personally, knowing that I've invested, and we're talking about myself, right? If I invested money, time, resources into learning how to be a better salesperson, how to have these conversations better, which I have, right? I would start back fresh and I would reach out to real estate agents and JV. I would do JV leads. So I wouldn't spend any money marketing. All right. I wouldn't spend any money marketing at all. I would do strictly agent outreach, go to houses that are listed on the market, call, negotiate with agents, structure creative deal, or I would find somebody who's generating leads, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they need help with closing, right? And
Okay.
if you are generating leads right now, and I'm like minimum 10 leads a month, 10 leads a week. I'm sorry. If you're generating 10 leads a week minimum and you're having trouble closing your deals, hit me up. We'll see if we can work together and I can help you guys. My team can help you guys convert way more deals. But something like that, right? Finding somebody.
Hold on. You're offering to call people's leads, bro?
Yeah, the team, not me specifically.
I wish in the beginning. Actually, no, I don't wish this because then that would have messed up my learning curve. I not only paid for a mentorship and like community and everything like that, but I also paid for a ton of marketing that I screwed up the leads, but I got a lot of education for screwing up those leads. So I'm not going to take that back.
So,
but if I was going to try to make money quick, I would have made money so much more quicker if I just sent my leads to a closer in the beginning and they taught me how to close. That would have been probably would have been an even quicker, shorter learning, right? So because what Daryl's saying is Daryl has a JV business where you can send him leads, and then when he closes a deal, you can literally hear the call recording.
Bro, I don't even want you to think of it as like, so like we totally restructured everything, right? And I don't even want you to I don't even want people to think of it as a JV model, bro. I want people to think of it as a outsourcing your acquisitions, right? So like you generate leads and you're like, yo, I either don't want to close these or I'm having trouble closing these. If you're having trouble closing them, you can definitely ride along. You can hear the call recordings. You can see, how we're converting these leads and maybe all that good stuff, right? But this is more for like somebody who's generating leads, good amount of leads, and they're just not closed. They either don't want to close them, they don't want to call them, or
they don't have the talent. They don't have, the even wants to close them, right?
Exactly.
Like they're essentially using you as a service.
Like a service.
So it's so good thinking about there's three things, right? To a wholesale transaction. There's the lead generation, and then there's the conversion of the contract, and then there's the actual dispoing, right? All three of these are three different businesses. Okay.
Sure.
If you just have one of them, if you build out a team for one of them, and they all need three different teams, by the way. If you just build out a team for one of them, let's just say it's converting contracts, you can outsource the other two. And you could just focus on this and make this your baby. If you're just generating leads, have somebody else do the last two. If you're dispoing is like you're never generating your own deals, right? You're just finding the buyers. Okay, so just figure out one of these three that you want to focus on. For me in the beginning, I tried focusing on all three at the same time. And then I realized dispoing is not for me, right? So let me focus on these two. And it still slowed me up because I was trying to manage a lead gen team and manage a sales team at the same time.
But
and it was
people
slow.
don't realize.
Sure. So if I could go back, I had the lead gen first. I would probably just outsource this and learn from that person. But what ended up happening is I did a really good job of building the lead gen out. So that's completely automated now. And now we have our sales team automated. So now we have two of them. We just outsourced the dispo. But it took me much longer. It's been like 2 years and some change since I started my business. I was telling this I was on a Zoom yesterday teaching to my guy Cash's community, right? And I was telling them, I was like, hey, if my team was to fall off the face of the earth today and I was to have to figure this thing out again, I would probably not build out a lead gen team. I would just outsource the lead gen. I would outsource the lead gen and I would outsource the dispo. And I would just focus on closing. That's what I would do. I have my lead gen team in place right now because I love my lead gen team. My lead gen team is like my family, bro. I was just on a call with my VA today, and I can't even talk about what we were talking about, but like, bro, we're about to change lives over there in the Philippines because she's such a freaking gangster and she's so like ready to rock. But I guess what I'm saying is like, I would not, if I didn't love my team so much and I didn't grow with them and they, are my part of my family now, I probably would just outsource my leads to somebody else and just focus on building my sales team. So what Daryl's saying is like, if you guys are generating leads, just send them over to somebody else. That way you can start converting quick and learn at the same time.
Bro, and that's what it is, right? Like so many people don't realize that you need to wear so many hats in this business, right? So like if I'm going to go back and find a deal in 30 days, right? You're giving me 30 days to find a deal. I'm gonna pick one of these strategies. I'm gonna pick the one that I am gonna be able to get done the fastest because based on my skill set, right? And I'm gonna lock in, and I'm gonna put all my attention into that, right? Yo, the biggest bullshit that they feed us when we're younger, bro. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Such bullshit. That's for losers, bro. That's for losers. It's people who expect to lose. Like you're not putting your eggs in your basket because you're expecting the eggs to crack, and you don't want to lose all your eggs.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put all the eggs in my basket, like me.
Throw them all in there, bro.
Bitches. Exactly. I'm gonna bank on me. So here's the thing: we're talking about 30 days, right? And 30 days is great. It's just kind of like the catch that everybody wants to hear. Yeah, I'm gonna make 10 grand in my first 30 days or 20 grand in my first 30 days. You can do that 100%. Like, not saying that you can't. The fastest way to do that, like for a fact, is by going on the dispo side. Because it takes a little bit to generate a lead, follow up with the lead, close the lead, and then have somebody go dispo it. Like if you really think about that, Daryl, if you went out and even door knocked and you found a deal tomorrow, you're most likely probably not going to, like you found a super hot lead tomorrow, I should say. you're probably not going to close on that deal for like maybe 45, 60 days, depending on what's going on. And that's like, that's if you're freaking lucky. And that's if you started tomorrow and you worked for 16 hours door knocking, right? Like, so if you're going to go out and generate leads and you want this thing done quick, you're probably not going to get it done quick. If you want to get it done quick, be on the dispo side, because somebody already has the contract locked up, and all it's going to take is some liquidity to come to the table and perform. But to Daryl's point, if you were just trying to build out your thing, and I say emphasize your, because you got to figure out your personality and what you want to tackle. If you were going to figure out that and how to do that the fastest, then you sit back and you're like, okay, here's what I would do, Daryll. If I had no money, I would get into some sort of community, whether it was free or I went and saved money to pay for a community. I would get as closest to the people. Actually, you know what I would do, bro? I would find a community. I'm a guy that likes to be like face to face. I want to be like talking in the streets, like getting in meetups and right. You see what I'm saying? So I would do this in my local market, because I love doing deals in my local market. Everybody loves virtual wholesaling. That's cool. That's great. Virtual wholesaling is amazing. But for me, I like just being out in the streets, going on appointments, doing the thing. I love building my team in my local market. So I know that of myself. So what am I doing here? I'm like thinking about my personality. So what I would do is I would go to one of these meetups, these local meetups, and I would find the person who was crushing it the most in what I want to do. And I would provide some sort of value to them. I would have a conversation with them, and I would think about, as I'm having this conversation, I would actively listen, as we talk about in sales. I would actively listen to exactly what this person needs in his life, and I would go get that for him. So if I'm talking to him about his business and like what his business looks like, and he's like, yeah, this is how we get deals done and and I realize that he needs more leads or something, I'm going to go out and I'm going to find him leads, and I'm going to bring him leads. And then every single time that I call him, he's going to answer the phone, because he knows that it could be a potential opportunity.
So Mike, you're telling me you're not going to ask him, how do I provide value to you?
No. Like, can we talk about that really quick?
Let's talk about it, please, bro.
I love everybody in my DMs. Like, I love them, and I love answering questions. But I'm gonna be honest, bro. When somebody asks me that question, I don't know what to say. I'm like, yo, I feel mad awkward. I'm just like, I don't know, bro.
What the fuck are you, bro? What, and like, especially to like not even on no ego stuff, bro. But like, not even think about us, right? Think about like somebody who's like on a different level, right? Like, go up to Pace and you ask Pace, how do I provide value to you? You think he really needs any value from you? He really doesn't, right? Like, that you're asking that person to do work. I heard Marlon talking about this. You're asking that person to do your job for you. When you ask him, can I provide value to you?
Can I provide value to you? It's just like, for the listeners listening, let's think about this. You might be, who knows? Maybe you work a teaching job. Okay. You're a teacher, and you've been a teacher for like 2 years, and a new teacher gets onboarded to the school, and the new teacher comes to you and says, hey, I love what you're doing. Like, I want to learn from you. How do I provide value to you? You're still going to be like, I don't know. I don't know. Not like being an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not ego. Like Daryll said, it's not egotistic, but it's more of just like, I don't know. It's a very hard, awkward thing to answer.
Yeah.
But what really gets you connected with somebody is when you don't even ask that, is when you just actively listen, right? You actively listen to somebody and just go grab the thing that they need and bring it to them, and do that consistently. So this is what happened with me, bro. When I was in the beginning, I was learning from a fix and flipper, right? And this fix and flipper was great. He did a lot of, my pops did a lot of work for him. My pops is a drywaller, right? And my pops did a lot of work for him. And I'm like, dang, let me reach out to this dude, because I've helped my pops out. This is back when I was younger. I knew that this guy fix and flip. So let me reach out to him, see if I can provide some value. Off the rip, I didn't even ask him. I just said, hey, bro, Where's your next project, or where are you working right now? I want to come do some demo for you for free. Right? Like without questions. Okay. Not asking, hey, how do I provide value to you? Just like, let me come to one of your projects and do some demo for you. Right.
Just do it.
So he was like, yeah, sure. Went and did it. And then as we're doing that, I'm kind of explaining like, hey, I'm trying to get into this real estate game and da 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 da. You know, I've seen people generating leads and everything. I'm super excited to go out and generate leads. I want to get you a deal. I want to get you your first deal and everything. And then I started actually going out and trying to hustle and generate leads and create opportunities. Every single time that I called him for something, it would be for help, for an opportunity. AKA when he saw the phone, when he saw my name, he was like, hey, this might be a potential property that I could buy.
Probably said your name is Money Mike.
Right. So he was excited when I answered. He was like, oh, dang, this could be an opportunity, right?
Yeah.
And that's how I learned from him. And that's how I got in his world. So I didn't ask. I just went and did the thing and brought it to him. So if you guys want to get in somebody's world, really analyze, actively listen to what they need in their life and just go bring it to them. Could you imagine Daryll being on a date with somebody and you're asking this chick, hey, how do I make you happy? Right? How would that go?
Nah, bro. That's a quick way to lose your date. It's a quick way to make your first date your last date.
Mm-hmm. Or Daryl's a freaking gentleman. Daryl's a sweet guy. Daryl is just gonna know, like, hey, I remember listening to Shorty, and she was saying that, you know, she really likes these orange flowers or something. She showed me a picture of some orange flowers on her phone at the dinner table. Let me go get those orange flowers for her.
Sure. You gotta be intentional, bro. You gotta be intentional. That's what it's about. That's what it's about, man. With everything in life.
So yeah, now that you have found this person that's like doing the thing in your market successfully, which is important, right? People don't talk about this a lot. People don't talk about, because every marketing channel works, but market by market, they work a little bit different. I can tell you here in Boston, mailers do really well. Like sending out mailers. In other parts of the country, maybe like North Carolina or something, mailers might not do as well. It works well up here because we're an old city. Like we have a big community of old people, right? And they typically still open their mail and everything. So that just makes sense for the market. Mm-hmm. So it takes me going into my market and talking to people and seeing what's happening in that market to figure out what's working. That way I know what marketing channel to go tackle. So I'm going to these meetups and I'm trying to figure out exactly what's working in my market. And then I'm just going to do the thing and I'm going to provide somebody value in doing that. I'm going to bring them a bunch of opportunities. And that's how I'm going to learn. And that's how I'm going to try to get this thing done here in 30 days. So Daryll, after you have gotten to a community, where are you going from there?
So you made a good point though, bro. You made a good point, right? Like if we're talking 30 days, right? I have 30 days to get a deal. I probably wouldn't start by telling people just send me leads, right? I'd probably start by going to find a buyer, right? Like going to find, like you were saying, right? Find somebody doing a thing, but finding an actual buyer who's doing the flips, who's doing the deals, and getting all their criteria, right? Getting their order, right? I'm getting their order, what they want to order, right? What they want on the menu, what do they like? And I'm going to figure all that out, right? And then I'm going to go back into that community and I'm going to say, hey, I have somebody who wants this. Find me this, right? And I'm going to go find it. I'm going to go ask every wholesaler. I'm going to go ask every realtor. I'm going to go ask everybody who could potentially have that order that this flipper is looking for, right? And I'm going to go find it. I'm going to go find the deal. If he's going to pay $100K for it, I'm going to go get it for 90, 85.
You know so you're being a connector.
The connector.
You're connecting the dots. That is the fastest way to get a deal. The fastest way to get a deal is to connect the dots with a deal that is already signed.
Facts. Bro, you know how much, so many times, bro, where I get a deal under contract and it's like a week, 2 weeks out from closing, and I find a JV partner, like, because I didn't find a buyer, right? Do my own marketing because I was acquisitions house for most of my time doing real estate, right? Just brought in dispo in house, but go find a buyer, go find a JV partner to find a buyer. They get paid in 2 days because they just brought a buyer to the deal. We close as soon as they're ready. Bro, this thing took me 30 days to close, not to mention the 6 months, like you're talking about, of follow-ups and negotiating and all this stuff. Not to mention on the buyer side, it is, you do have work like finding your buyers, vetting your buyers, asking the right questions, figuring out how to where to find them. But it's a lot more in depth and a lot more time spending when you're talking about on the acquisition side, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have a pipeline. You need a pipeline. You got to follow up.
You got to grow a pipeline.
You need
And a lot of people don't realize that. Even no matter what business that you're in, by the way, if you're a retail, like you're in a retail store, like somewhere like at Saks Fifth or Gucci or Louis or whatever, or you're at a car dealership or whatever, you're building your pipeline. You're gonna have clients walk in the door. That's cool, like for sure. But you have to retain those people. You have to keep following up. Somebody's gonna come on the car lot, say that they want a car and not buy a car that day for some sort of reason. You got to put them in a follow-up. Same thing with a retail store. Somebody's going to come in and say, hey, I really want to get my girl a Gucci bag, a Louis bag for her birthday. Her birthday's not for 3 months though. You got to put that in a follow-up because if they don't buy, same thing with real estate. You're going to call somebody. They're not going to be interested in selling at the moment, like right then, but they do have motivation to sell at some point. You put them in a follow-up and you keep following up. Finally, you get a contract, and then you don't even close that deal for 30 to 45 days. So that's why I tell people all the time, you have to be okay with not making money for the first like 4 or 5 months of your business.
Yep.
Even my new closers that come on the team, I tell them a couple different things, but one of the major things that I tell them is, I ask them, are you okay with not making any money in the beginning? They're like, wait, yeah, I guess, but what do you mean? How long are we talking? I'm like, well, it's going to take you maybe 30 days to get up to speed, right? And get familiar with the process and familiar with everything. Then it's going to take another 30 to 60 days for you to build your pipeline up. Then you're going to get a contract maybe on day 90, and that contract isn't going to come to life for another 30 to 45 days. So really, we're looking at like a 120-day process for you to get paid on your first deal. Facts. And it's actually so good that I do that. This is for people building out a team. I would highly recommend you setting those expectations up front because I have weeded people out that way. I have I interviewed because I'm hiring for an acquisition manager right now. I already have one that I onboarded and everything's looking pretty good. But what was I going to say? While I was through the interviewing process, like I had people that said that they wanted to join the team, and then all of a sudden they called me the next day and said, hey, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be a good fit. I realized that I want today money. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I would have rather had you tell me now than tell me in a month when you haven't got a contract yet.
Yep.
And then a month goes by and you tell me that it's my fault. Right? Like, no, I'm providing everything for you. I told you that you're not going to get paid for the first 4 months.
Yeah.
And then if you start your business, Daryl, like if you start a whole entire operation, you should plan on not getting paid for 6 to 8 months.
Bro, that's what I was going to say, bro. Like you were talking about just setting an expectation with other people, set that expectation for yourself. And that way you're not going to be if you get a deal within that time, then great job. But you're going to go crazy if you're expecting to close a deal within the first couple months, first couple weeks of you wholesaling real estate. You need a pipeline, bro. That's one thing where I messed up too. Starting off, I didn't even mess up. I closed my first 3 deals really fast. I closed 3 deals my first 3 months. Right, that's fast for wholesalers. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's brand new, right? And my mistake was I was thinking that this shit was that easy. I'm like, man, I'm the man. Ain't nobody talk to me. I got 3 deals in 3 months. My first 3 months at that. Boom. Next 6, 7 months, I didn't get nothing. Quiet. I quit my job and everything. It was quiet, bro. I just knew I was on top of the world. You know what I'm saying? It was, and I didn't go close a deal. It was a wrap because I thought that I didn't have the right expectations. My expectations, my football.
What were you thinking? What were you thinking around like month, maybe like 6 of that? Like,
I may need to get another job. I may need to get a job. I may need to work like overnight. I'm not gonna quit doing this, right? But I may need to work overnight or something. Or I was thinking about everything.
so let's think about the timeline. Hold on. You had 3 months in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You got 3 deals in those 3 months. After the 3 months was up, how long did it take for you to get a contract?
I was getting contracts. The deals weren't closing.
How long did it take you to like get a real contract that was going to close?
That's the thing. I had a real contract, but it was just title issues. Like I had a contract, had a couple contracts in March, April that didn't close till.
All right. Well, let's talk about close. How long did it take for you to close a deal?
It took me 7 months.
From after the 3 months?
Yeah. I didn't close my next deal till like October.
Let's call your like first 3 months. Let's like throw that out the window. That's fake. Obviously, you learned some things from this. So it was a good learning experience, and
for sure, great learning experience.
But let's just pretend like those 3 months don't count. 7 months is the exact timeline that it took me to close on my first deal. So,
crazy.
7 months is kind of the thing. And bro, I got up to month, I want to say number 5. And this is why I asked you this question, like, how were you feeling on month like 5 or 6? I got up to month 5 and I was literally thinking, oh, this business is fake. I should leave this business and I should just go back to my old ways. Thank God that I ended up closing that deal.
Facts.
Who knows where I'd be at right now?
That's tough. That's tough. And it's crazy. I think the only reason why I didn't think that is because I had the proof of concept so early. So I'm like, I know that I could do this shit. Now it's just like, why am I not doing this? And you know what's crazy? So I was working for somebody at the time, and it's crazy that he told me this, right? Because he knew I had my own business. He knew I was working on my own business on the side of working on his team as well. And I told him, I'm like, bro, I think I may need to get a job. And he's like, why the fuck would you do that? And I'm like, I'm broke. I'm like, I didn't close a deal. I need money. And he's like, bro, I'm not gonna tell you what to do because you're a grown ass man, but he's like, don't go back to the 9-to-5 job, not 9-to-5 world. He said it's more than a paycheck that you're getting. He's like, what you're giving back in that paycheck. And it's more than your time. He said it's the mindset. He said that mindset is contagious and that will suck you in and you won't get back out. He's like, he's like, bro, you already been risking it. Like, keep going. And I'm like, all right, bet.
I like that.
I like that.
I like that's very, very good advice for somebody like me and you.
Facts. You can't give that advice to everybody though. So like, I'm not saying that to everybody here. I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm not telling you to just bet on yourself because that's not for everybody. It's not. Most people need their jobs.
If you're a gangster.
What do you say?
So it's only if you're a gangster.
Real talk. Feeling this right now, building my pipeline. I got faith though, bro. I'm telling y'all, if y'all need help, bro. Somebody asked earlier.
I know you, bro. Like, you can get deals done. You are going to get deals done. Do not stop. I'll never forget that same fix and flipper, right? I was going through it, bro. It was probably close to that like 4 or 5 month time or something like that around when I was thinking about saying screw this business. I'm back to the streets. Like, it was about that time.
Streets.
And I told my what's it called? I told this guy that I was working with, I'm like, bro, this shit just isn't working for me. And this is exactly what he told me. He's like, Mike, do not do it. Do not quit. He's like, whatever you do, do not quit. And this sounds so simple, but it really hit home. He said 3 things. Do not quit. The problem is you don't have a business right now. I didn't even know. He didn't elaborate on it. And I didn't understand what that meant until months later. Do not quit. You just don't have a business right now. And then he told me a story about a guy who spent like $7,000 on a mailing campaign, didn't get any deals, and to this day, never He never did anything in real estate, quit and went back to his 9-to-5 job. So when he told me those 3 things, I'm like, dang, all right. Come to find out, number 2 that I said, I don't have a business. I was kind of hurt by him when he said that. I'm like, damn, what do you mean? I've been out here like building a team. Like I don't got a virtual assistant now. Like I really didn't have an operation. I was just like running around in circles hustling. And that's what he meant by I didn't have a business. And I didn't realize that for like 6 months after he said it. But I was so thankful that he told me those things because that's really what kept me. It gave me like some light. It gave me some light. And I was just like, oh, somebody believes in me.
Facts.
Somebody believes. He's been watching me for the past 6 months. He knows that I can get this thing done. Like he believes in me. Let me just keep going. And that's part of the thing that kept me going. So, you guys just have to keep going. If you're on month 4, month 5, month 6, year 2, just keep going.
Bro, I always think about the book like whenever shit gets really tough, and I have those thoughts because we're not perfect. We all get these thoughts, Mike. I'm sure you still get these thoughts sometimes too. But like now we train our brain to notice these thoughts, and it's like, okay, now what happens when I get these thoughts? What do I do? Right. And one thing that I often think about when I get a thought like this is they talk about in Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill talks about 3 feet from gold, right? Like he tells a story about this dude had a field. He had this property with they were mining for gold. They knew that there was a gold mine in there. They got some news. They bought it to mine for gold, and they spent years just digging. One day they just stopped. They just gave up. They like left the machine right there where they stopped digging, and they just walked away. They sold it to somebody else for pennies. They wholesaled it to somebody. Mm-hmm. And this guy's like, okay, well, let me just pick up where they left off. 3 feet later, struck gold.
They found it.
3 feet later, struck gold. So like that just goes to show, like, yo, do not give up because you can be 3 feet from gold. And Isaac, if you're feeling that way, right? If you're having trouble building your pipeline, bro, reach out to somebody else. If you're not generating 10 leads a week and we're not a good fit, go to somebody else. And there's other people who can help you, right? Like there's Mike, you said he's in your market, Isaac?
Yeah.
Are you doing JV leads right now?
Yeah.
So what the hell, Isaac? Reach out to Mike.
Silverhomies.com.
Send the leads to Mike, right? He's in your market. He's in your backyard. He's the guy who can help you out in this situation, right? Like, reach out to the community. That's why we do things like this. That's why me and Mike have been live for the past 45 weeks giving sauce. Like, we don't need to be here. I have a million things going on.
No. I truly do it because I was super screwed in the beginning. I didn't have no direction.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I was talking about in the beginning of this conversation that I like going through problems because it allows me to give somebody some sauce later on. If I'm going through a problem now, I know I'm going to be able to help somebody else out later. My problem was in the beginning is I had no direction. I really didn't. I had this guy that I was learning from, and that was pretty much it. So you need more than one person. You need like a community full of direction because one person is great, right? But they're only available so much and they only have access to so much knowledge themselves. So get in community. Daryll, let's go over some church things, bro.
Yes, sir. Bro, for us, it's the same. Like I've been preaching it today. If you are generating 10 leads a week and you feel like we'd be a good fit to work with each other, you just need help closing deals, and maybe you just don't want to close deals, cash, creative, whatever, hit me up at Daryll Ellison in my Instagram and let's schedule a call. Let's figure out how we can potentially work together and join that Discord. If you're not in the Discord, role playing every single day, like literally on Sundays too. We have role plays at 7 a.m. So you heard it here first. I'm actually going to start implementing an East Coast and a West Coast time in the role plays. I've been hearing some feedback. People want the West Coast time. So we're gonna start implementing that as well. So join the Discord if you're not in the Dog Pound Discord.
That's big, bro. You know how, dude? Before I went into a community, there was no way I was gonna find somebody that I could role play with.
Facts.
And role play is one of the biggest things that helped me in the beginning.
Facts, bro. Hell yeah. So that link's here. It's in the description, right, bro?
Yes, sir.
Word. So if y'all are not in the Dog Pound Discord, join the Discord. Mike, what you got for us, big dog?
I will be in Arizona this week, baby. I'm out. We are hosting a meetup in Tucson. So if you guys are in Arizona, we will be in Tucson at 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Damn.
Let me get you the exact address of where we're going to be at. But yeah, it's going to be dope. If you're in the Tucson,
can we talk about how this dude Mike decides to come to Arizona the same week I'm leaving? Like, we had plans. This dude rescheduled. He didn't even tell me. Just rescheduled the plans. He's like, bro, I'm gonna come this week, and I'm like, well, what the freak, bro? I'm not gonna be here.
God gave me a different direction, bro. He was like, you're not going that specific week. I'm like, bro, but Daryll wants me to go that week. Like, I already told Daryll. I already have freaking plans with Daryll. God was like, Mike, I don't care, bro. I need you home this weekend.
I respect it. Bro. We listen to God, bro, because God is
the
best.
That's a dope shirt.
God is dope. God is dope, bro. We listen to God over here. So I feel that, bro. I respect it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that will be actually just shoot me a DM on Instagram at the Mike Gomes here if you want more details on that. Tucson, 6:30. I'll be speaking at the Sub 2 event in Arizona at the Mike Gomes on Instagram if you guys want more information. 6:30 this Friday p.m.
Mike is actually also moving to Arizona too. So
that's cap.
Be on the lookout for that.
That's cap. I'm staying up here in the cold. These streets need me up here, bro.
Word.
And as you guys know, blueprintrei.com for that free Facebook group, as we're going to host a live out of there next week. So next week we're going to be hosting a live out of blueprintrei.com. It's going to be freaking dope.
Tough.
We've been having people in there. People are connecting with each other in there. It's been really good.
Tough, bro. Tough.
So let's wrap up a little bit of like how we would go about getting a deal here quickly. And then what we're going to do is a Q&A to end.
Time out real quick, bro. What's the live? What are you doing on the live? What are you talking about?
Breaking down just general Q&A.
Dope.
So whatever
I got questions about anything.
Yeah.
Mike can help. Cash, creative, wholesale, freaking relationship problems. This dude helps me relate with relationship problems all the time.
Here's my problem, Daryll. As I'm growing, right, as I'm getting more active on social media and my brand's growing and everything like that, people keep telling me, especially my mentors, Mike, you need to be known as like something, right? Like our mentor, Pace Morby, he's known as the Sub 2 guy. He's known as the creative finance guy, right? Like my guy, Cash Money Mike, is known as the seller finance guy. Everybody's like, Mike, you need to be known for something. And I'm like, I'm known for just everything because I can do
everything. Badass, bro.
Because I can do everything, but it's my personality. It's always been my personality. When I play football, the reason why I got to play college and why I was, actually playing on the field is because I could play everything. I could play offense. I could play defense. I could play every single special teams. I'm like a Swiss Army knife. I could do everything. So literally, I do everything in my business. I wholesale. I fix and flip. I do creative finance. I do all the things. However, I have one skill that took me off in the beginning, which was sales, right? Which was direct to seller sales. That's what took me off. But as I took off with that, I started doing all the different things, right? So
what you're saying is you put your attention on one thing, got really good at it, and that allowed you to get more time to do.
It allowed me to be myself.
Yeah.
And myself is doing a lot of different things.
I love that. So to bring it back to what this episode, we talked about a lot today, bro. We went from mindset, we went to getting your first deal, we went talking about we talked about a lot, bro. So to bring it back, right? If Mike were to start, and Mike and Daryll, I think we're on the same page here. If we were to just start fresh and say, hey, I want to get a deal in 30 days, what are we doing, Mike?
So we're connecting with somebody that knows what the heck is going on in the marketplace.
Okay.
Right. And honestly, I'm probably asking him what he thinks I should do.
Yep.
Right. Like I'll give him an explanation of like what I'm looking to accomplish and everything like that. I'm getting some feedback from him. And maybe he says, oh yeah, when I started out, I door knocked this neighborhood or something like that. I would go and do that. I'd figure out what's working in my marketplace and then I would just go do it immediately.
Yep.
This is for me. I'm probably not getting a deal in the first 30 days doing this. Okay. This is just advice for me, like just trying to get a deal as quick as possible for my personality and what I would do. Right. So I would go out and let's just say the guy that I was networking with told me that he was door knocking in a certain neighborhood. I would go do that thing and I would keep providing value to him with opportunities to JV with. Right. And I would let it be known up front too. Like, hey, bro, I'm going to go out and pretty much work for you. Like, I'm going to go out, take action and create opportunities, and we're going to do a deal together. That way he's going to help you out with everything. So that's what I would do. But to answer the actual question of how I would personally get it done, if my back was against the wall and I needed a deal in 30 days and I didn't have time to worry about my freaking personality, I would do exactly what we talked about. I would be the connector. I would try to go find a buyer. I would talk to a buyer who was actively doing deals in the marketplace. I would figure out his exact buy box, figure out where he just did his last 10 deals, and then I would go find the wholesaler who was marketing in those areas. And I would say, hey, me and my partner want to buy a deal in this specific area. What do you got? Send me your deals right now. Let's get going. And you will get a deal done here in the next 30 days. That's how you get paid ASAP.
I like that. Yeah, can we see some feedback in the chat? So I like how we talk about, okay, those are the steps, right? So like, let me see a one in the chat. If you would find some value in one of these next wholesale hard knocks, we show actual steps on how to find buyers, and maybe even bring in a dispo wholesaling master to come in and teach us about how to actually find deals on market. Oh, not even on market. Find deals and find buyers. Find buyers and then find the deals and bring them to those buyers.
Bro, we haven't had too many dispo discussions on wholesale because naturally me and you are direct to seller people.
Facts.
Like we're salespeople. So maybe our next guest or the next guest after that might be dispo. We bring somebody on that really teaches y'all, because there's people watching now that might want to just focus on dispo, and that's fine.
For sure. We got some ones in the chat.
Give people what they want.
So
100%. Let's finish it off. If you guys have any questions, please shoot them questions.
We had some questions in here, bro. We had some questions in here. I seen Joel, my guy, says, I've been struggling reaching out to sellers, but seems as if agents / brokers are a little easier to start off with. I don't think that's a question. Just a statement. I don't think we got any questions, bro. My bad.
We can talk about that. Bring that back up.
So he said, hold on. What did Joel say? So it seems as if agents and brokers are a little easier to start off with, as if they know many people and wear multiple hats. What are your thoughts on that, bro?
So seems like agents are a little bit easier to start off with. I would actually agree. And this is coming from me. And Daryll, what do you know about me?
This guy Mike hates agents.
No. I don't hate agents.
No, he doesn't hate agents. He hates on-market real estate leads. We should say, agent outreach.
I don't like doing agent outreach. Why? Because I'm a freaking badass negotiator. I'm gonna go ahead and negotiate myself a much better deal directly to the seller than I am on market. But that's just me.
Can I challenge that too, though? Can I challenge that point?
Go ahead.
You can also be a badass negotiator with the realtor.
I've done that before too.
Like we got a deal right now, bro, where we're this realtor asked me for like $15K. I'm paying her $3,500 and the seller's paying her $3,500.
Mm-hmm.
Great deal,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah, 100%. Like I've negotiated this shit with realtors. For me, what I'm trying to say is like I got really, really good at direct to seller. And I think getting good at direct to seller is a skill that's going to help you throughout your career of going and doing other things more than a skill at talking to agents is. So if you go ahead and build your sales skill, you will never have a problem making money in any industry ever. We talked about this earlier, Daryl, how, me and you could literally go into a car dealership. We can go into a retail store or whatever, and we can make sales. That's why I love direct to seller, because direct to seller like will literally help you with your life.
You can still do that with agents though. You can do that with agents, bro. It's still sales. Because you gotta think about it, right? Every conversation is sales. So like I argue, if you just learn sales in general, if you just learn how to sell in general, that's where you should start in real estate, in business, and like because everything is sales, right? So like even if you're talking about dispo on the dispo side, talking to buyers,
all of it
is sales.
Yeah, talking to buyers is sales, talking to agents is sales. All of it is sales, but the more in-depth sales is talking to sellers.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's like, can we be honest for a second?
For sure.
Talking to agents is pretty freaking simple.
It is, but what I'd say though, like so we just started an agent outreach team, right? And speaking with agents is simple when we're talking cash. When we're talking creative, that's a little different. Because a lot of times too, like when we're targeting these agents, right? We're doing agent outreach and we're talking to agents who have properties listed for 30 plus days, right? Now there's remember, we talk about the most important part of sales is motivation, right? Why? When you have a property that's listed that's for a long amount of time and this realtor can't sell this property, they also have pain.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And a lot of times they just shut creative down because they don't understand and they're just not used to it. Right. And they just shut it down like a regular seller. They just shut it down because you haven't taken them through this sales system to get them to understand why you're doing what you're doing and why we're doing what we're doing. And so like certain situations, cash, oh yeah, for sure. Cash is simple. Right. But if agent outreach that when I think of agent outreach, I'm thinking, how do I get creative deals fast on because those agents, they have pain.
I like that.
They got pain.
I like that. I like that a lot. Actually, I actually like really like the direct to agent strategy if you're solely doing it to find creative deals.
Yeah.
Like I really, really like that. I do not like the agent outreach just to do wholesaling in general.
Neither do I.
So I love it. Actually, shit, I might implement that in my business right now because I'm looking to buy another 50 units by the end of the year.
Oh, let's fucking go.
50
I was just talking about that shit, bro. Yes.
Bro, I'm not playing, bro. Anywhere in Arizona, Florida, and the whole New England market, if it's 30 minutes outside of a major metro city, we're buying creative deals anywhere between 1 and 4 units. So if you guys have any leads in those 3 markets, send me your freaking deals because I need 50 units by the end of the year.
Bro, I'm just mad you had a perfect opportunity to say the Boston market and you didn't say it.
It's Boston, bro. It's like the whole entire New England. We want New Hampshire, Boston, Connecticut, Rhode Island, all the things.
Love that, bro.
So yeah, bro.
Dope. I love it. So yeah, that wraps it up, y'all. We're 45 weeks straight. That's really crazy to think about. When you talk about consistency, think about Wholesale Hardknocks, baby, because we're 45 weeks straight. And I want to shout out to Mike. I want to say, Mike, I'm grateful for you, bro, because we wouldn't be 45 weeks straight without you, dog. Real talk. Because I missed a couple and I couldn't do my thing, and you held it down, bro. So I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, dog.
We hold each other accountable, dog. That's what this brotherhood's about.
Real talk. Real talk, yo. So if y'all got some value out of this today, which I know you did, take a screenshot of this, post it on your story, on your Instagram story, tag me and Mike. Hey, Mike, we got to pose real quick, bro. Take a picture of that. And
yo, that wasn't long enough, dog. We need like.
I hope they're taking pictures, bro. Otherwise, we just sitting here. I just better get tagged on Instagram. Otherwise, I just sat here for no reason. So take a picture, put that on your story, tag me and Mike, tell people something that you learned. Make sure you like this video. We'll catch y'all next week, every single Wednesday, 5 o'clock Arizona time, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Wholesale Hard Knocks out.